think my challenge to myself over the last couple days has been to just, in every moment, just have fun with it. If somebody thinks that, I'm a loser and wants to make fun of me, just flip the switch in my own head on them before they can even do anything. And just laugh it off. Just know, who I am and what I've done, and, I don't like to brag, but I got no reason to put my head down, that's for sure. But yeah, just enjoy, the moment when I'm doing deliveries, when I'm doing stuff on the channel, when I'm going to different places, different parks and stuff. Just have fun in the moment. Just turn anything that would irritate me, just realize that, it's really just a joke. It really has nothing to do with me. If it's something that I got offended about in the past, I definitely plan to do a recap video breaking down, what that company did, because it was incredibly horrible how it was taken and how it was hidden and how nobody talked about it. What that those people did on a daily basis to intentionally induce anxiety in an individual and just leave them be and have them, basically get back to themselves and the confident individuals they were when they first went to their interview, in that hiring process, and things going on outside of that job and inside, and then only basically coming from the inside of that job. The amount that it was neglected and just kind of buried is, that's all the more for me to break down exactly what happened on a daily basis over a long time span. Every little incident, every little intention, all the way from like picking out me drawing at my workspace to, like me not going and eating lunch with them and them, making such a big fuss about it, like being such babies about it every day, and bickering amongst themselves, to just turning it on me. If I don't want to eat lunch with them, there's something wrong with me. I'm not a busy individual who's highly goal-oriented. I'm whatever they want to call me, whatever reason they want to give me for not wanting to talk to them. I mean, they gave me enough of a reason to not want to interact with them within the first, 5 days. Because of just the high school cheerleader, setting that I realized I had mistakenly found a job in. But I figured, you just work and keep to yourself. I worked at a company for a while. Where people kind of just kept to themselves. And, it was a bigger company with more people who didn't really care. They went to work and did their jobs, and they acted like adults, and they got their shit done. And they didn't, go in the office and, gossip and act like my sister in, fucking high school, who would go home and, immediately flip on MTV when she got home, and I would sit there. I would come home as an elementary school student, and I would want to bash my head against the wall at the superficiality and the gossipy and the rumor stuff, and I hated that stuff since I was a baby. Since before I even came out of my mom's womb, I hated that fucking stuff. Fucking want to use the computer, and my sister's on AOL Instant Messenger. Oh my god, this happened. Oh my god, do you know what somebody said the other day? Oh my god. I just wanted to fucking put a bullet in my own fucking head. That whole superficial fucking rumorville shit, that is one of the most just, I hate that stuff more than anything on this planet, because it's just the dumbest shit that people pay the most attention to, and I think that's what irritates me the most, because most of the time it's just bullshit, or there's some stupid backwards intention that drives somebody talking about somebody so aggressively or so intently. And immediately when I see that, even if I don't know somebody or know people involved, I know if somebody's going out of their way to talk about somebody so aggressively that's not present, there's something in that person's own head that there's something wrong with that person. There's something wrong with that person to talk about somebody else so badly, unless that person really did something to them deliberately. In my case, that happened to me. A lot of people did that kind of thing to me deliberately. So free range to talk about a lot of people in a shitty way because of what they did. But, like, before that, I never went out of my way to talk about any of these people. So, yeah, we'll talk about that in another video. But I just want to never talk about that job, that community, those people ever again. I never want to think about them. I never want to talk about them. So I want to make one video, be done with it, and just never talk about it again, and just break down, just not let it go and, like, get buried under the carpet like they want to, because what had gone on every day, like, I could literally name like 10 to 20 things over the span of a year that were like interactions that deliberately, intentionally were meant to induce anxiety, to irritate me even more, as I showed I was irritated, like clearly showed I was irritated in those settings. And they were like, oh yeah, we're getting to the good stuff. We're going to get him out of this office pretty soon. And that was basically what it was all about. And then my like community was like, I would tell people about my job. I was hesitant to, because at first I was like, I can just ignore this shit. This isn't going to affect my personal life. This is like so ridiculous. This is not going to affect me. And it did. I was like, I guess people did not think of me in the way I thought that they thought of me, and the way that I thought of myself. And it was like a slow process, because you like work, you go home, sometimes you see people after work, sometimes you don't, and you see these people like over the span of months that you like used to see, and they're like giving you these ghost looks. They're like not wanting to talk to you. Like you've done things to them, like you've murdered their like children, and you haven't seen them since like high school, and you're like, does this have to do with my job? And every single time it was like, yup. And then at that point, it's too late. The work has been done. They put the work in, and now it's my job to talk about it, because nobody wanted to talk about it. Nobody gave a fuck about me. I give a fuck about me. So, you know, it's going to get done. It's going to take me a few days to outline and to go into detail about every little thing and every little intention and every little motivation, because I kind of just sat at my desk and I just kind of like listened and observed, and like I really, all I had to do was stick a fucking cell phone and tape it under the fucking table where they all sat and they all bickered, and I do that 1 or 2 days, maybe 3 days tops. I would have never probably had to work again. That's all I had to do was tape a fucking phone under the table, and I'm an idiot for not doing that. That was my fault. But we're going to talk about it. My family's lack of respect for me and not knowing like who I am and like what I did in college and like anything, like that's their own fucking problem. I don't care. Like they can deal with their own fucking shit. And like I hold them more accountable because I told them about my job very clearly and like for a long period of time, and they looked at me like they didn't fucking know. You look at somebody like you don't know them and they've known you for a very long time, you're probably not going to know them. Like, you're probably not going to know them anymore for the rest of your life, and that's usually how that works out. It's understandable. You want to say you don't know this person, and I guess you don't know them, and you need to move on with your life. Very simple. But I just want to break down that channel in one video and have it on the internet where it's not going to go away. Nobody's going to fucking, I'm not going to get to it in like a couple years, and then I'm not going to be able to remember all the details, because they're in there, and they've been in there. My PTSD has helped me not, those memories not fog, not fade away. And a lot of things, if I sit down and I really think and I meditate and I clear my head, they will come to me. When I was like in elementary school and stuff like that, I have great memory. But it's just going to take time. It's going to take like a lot of time out of my schedule. Like, it's going to take a day to 2 days for me to write down and break down what went on every day, which is they were very shameful, embarrassing acts by adults that run a company, and that's probably why they wanted to get buried under the carpet, which is understandable, but not going to happen. Sorry. So I'm going to talk about it in a calmly manner. I'm not going to get worked up. I'm not going to shout. I'm not going to curse. I'm going to try to actually write it out and then go through it and break down every little incident and how persistent it was. And like, the persistency is really disgusting. It's really disgusting that like me not sitting and eating lunch with you and not wanting to talk to you, and then you be getting like the hint that I don't like you, like really bothered you so much in this small close-knit circle of coworkers that you had to like spread rumors about me like you were in high school that would like ultimately impact. I mean, it honestly It was for the best because people didn't respect me. People didn't have respect for me. And I didn't know that. And you kind of showed me that. So I was able to just kind of be like, first I scratched my head for like a while, and it upset me for a while. But eventually you move on and you get over it, and you say, okay, these people are no longer a part of my life anymore. Time to move on. It's nuts. It's crazy. I don't know. But look out for a video in the future. I don't know if it's going to be in the near future, but it will be coming.